Hi guys, just wanted to show you my latest project. It's a portable air source for air-powered tools, namely framing nailers, finish nailers, and brad nailers. So this here is a paintball tank. It's a carbon fiber wrapped tank. It's rated up to 4,500 psi, and it's 68 cubic inches in volume. So there's different volumes you can buy. You can buy 77, 90, 45 cubic inch. They all cost around 200 bucks or less. So the tanks come with a regulator that steps the pressure down from whatever is in the tank to 800 psi. So the regulators might vary depending on the brand. They might be 750, but it doesn't matter because power tools use 120 to 140 psi. So obviously you can't use the pressure right out of the tank to run your nail gun because pressure right here is 800 psi. So I was looking to buy a regulator to go from 800 to 120, and there's actually solutions on them out there that you can buy for probably 120 bucks, and I was trying to find the cheaper solution, and I did. So, and a lot more portable too. This regulator right here, it's off a paintball gun called BT TM7. It's made by Key Action Sports, or what else they're called, Empire. So I had to modify it slightly. You can buy this as a separate piece on paintball websites. This is actually the part number, TM7-OL0510. The way I modified it is, it has a frame here that goes inside the grip of the paintball gun, and on the top here there's a little tube that screws inside and goes inside, and there's two little set screws. One goes on this side and one goes on this side. So as you can see, I cut the portion of this off. This metal piece here was about a quarter inch longer, and it was threaded only on top up to this point where this, you can see there's about half a hole left from the set screw that was going inside. So if you just screw in your hose in the top portion of the thread, your hose is going to end about here, and then you'll have air coming out. So to correct that, I ended up buying a 1/8 NPT tap. Take the tap and then continue the thread past this little hole all the way inside the body of the regulator. You have to be careful not to put any shavings inside. To prevent the shavings, metal shavings, from going in, I made a little plug out of Teflon tape, and I stuffed it down the bottom of this little air tube right here. Obviously the hose wasn't connected at the time, it was just a threaded hole on top. And then I cut the thread all the way down, and then I cut this off here with a recip saw. Those pieces will be ground down, and this will be rounded off so it doesn't cut my hands. Then I use this what's called a remote line. Again, this is made for paintball guns. This remote line is about 50 bucks. You can get a used one for $10. The hose is rated to 3,000 psi, I believe. So it's very safe. And here I have an adapter from 1/8 NPT to 1/4 inch NPT, and the standard standard 1/4 inch chuck. Okay, so the screw in the back of this regulator adjusts the output pressure. So you want to turn it down to, the default is 200 psi. You want to turn it down to about 120 to 140, so about here. So let me put this together and show you how it works. So I've installed the tank. You can see the gauge is sitting at about 140 psi. This chuck has a check valve in it, so there's no air coming out. And I'll hook it up to my air nailer. You can see the air nailer pressurized. And there's no nails inside right now. And let me show you that it actually works. So yeah, as you can see, there's, like I said, there's no nails, but it's fully functional. If you're wondering how many nails you get out of this tank, consider this. Those are 2.5 inch nails. I drove this portion here, this part here is a test. This was the second test. 100 nails from a 68 cubic inch at 2300 psi. So if you fill this tank to 4500 psi, you'll probably get close to maybe 250 nails. And this is with a Porter cable, the A250C. This is a 15 gauge 34 degree nailer. So if you're going to be using a brad nailer like 18 gauge and something efficient made by Makita, say, you're going to double the amount of shots easily. So think about this. You don't have to. You can put this on your. You can buy a harness that will allow you to put the tank on your waist, and you can just walk around the building and attach your trim without having lugging a hose and a compressor behind you. So the cost of this project, like I said, the tank is under 200 bucks. If you're gonna build this, get a 77 or 90 cubic inch. This reg is 59 or 69, I don't remember. This section of hose is between $25 to $50 depending where you buy it. You can get used one for 10 bucks. Fitting adapter from 1/8 NPT to 1/4 inch NPT, that was $1.60, and the air chuck was, I think, $6. So, and I can refill this tank on paintball fields. I can refill it at scuba diving places, and I actually own a scuba tank, so it allows me to refill this multiple times before I have to pay for the actual air fill at the scuba place. So, and to fill up a scuba tank at where I live, it's about $7.50, and scuba tank will last you probably 2,000 shots or more from a brad nailer. If not, probably maybe close to 4,000 shots, I would say, for a large scuba tank. And if you get a firefighter's tank and you can fill a firefighter's air tank to 4,500 psi and then fill those tanks at 4,500 psi, then you get way more shots out of that. Anyways, that's it. This idea is not new. There used to be a CO2 version of this commercially made, but it was very poorly executed, so the CO2 would leak out. Also, when you shoot, the CO2 will cool down and become liquid and destroy the O-rings here. Probably destroy the O-rings and the piston inside the nailer. It was basically a big failure. The thing was called Jackpack, G-A-C-P-A-C. You can look it up. Some people like it, some people don't. I find that recovery time on it is also very long because you need to wait for the CO2 to heat up. With compressed air, it's instantaneous. I'm not going to do it now because I live in an apartment, but I can fire this repeatedly. I can do 100 shots in a row. This is what I did on my balcony. 100 shots in a row with like less than half a second interval in between, and it works flawlessly. So I'll be using this from now on instead of my compressor. Just wanted to show you this. See ya.